Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ofira, and now I would like to present about the anime and manga as the key to Japanese culture, the case of international relations students studying Japanese as a foreign language course. So we will begin with the introduction. Over the last few decades, a new trend in Japanese has been emerged, attracting many followers. The increasing trend has been supported by recent technological advancement. The use of the internet, which was once only popular in certain circles, has now become a facility that can be used by almost all people, especially for young people who can easily access information through the internet according to what they need. The ease has been felt for those who like Japanese popular culture. The internet trend is in Japanese pop culture, which specifically talks about the anime, which is the Japanese TV dramas, and manga as the Japanese animated cartoons. Well, anime and manga have been known as media with different dimensions in expanding imagination so as to realize the thought of imaginations. Today, anime and manga have been recognized as major forces in the global entertainment industry and are an important component for the stability of the Japanese economy. Also, it has inspired many people in terms of music, film, and especially the language, widespread and increasingly popular anime throughout the world in learning Japanese. So, and then the Toyoshima already said that when a student becomes interested in manga, the interest will be a motivation to learn the Japanese language. After the student starts to learn Japanese, he or she may become interested in J-pop, which may motivate the student to learn the language with even greater enthusiasm. And with the Specifically, we were interested in the following three questions that guided our research. So the first one is, why do the students like to watch anime and read manga? Why are those students interested in learning Japanese? And then the third one is, what is the contribution of manga and anime in the process of learning Japanese? So the next one we will discuss about the literature review. So according to date 2007, one type of media that are commonly used by students in learning Japanese is anime and manga. So one of the Japanese teachers, it was reported that recently had students who spoke Japanese, which was quite impressive, even though it was only used when formal speaking was obtained during the 2 or 3 weeks of learning through popular anime serial media such as Naruto. Unlike English, which is already common to be learned in various circles of society, Japanese is a foreign language that is only used to communicate with certain circles, such as the business and tourism sectors. And as we can see in everyday life, the contact of Indonesian people with Japanese is very limited. For example, through the packaging of food products written using Japanese characters to attract the attention of consumers. And then the second point is the contribution of anime and manga in the process of learning Japanese. Well, in addition to requiring the motivation to learn, Japanese ability to learn language skills of students consciously or not have been affected by the consumption of Japanese popular culture. And many international relations students say that they have their Japanese language skills usually by listening to songs or watching anime and reading manga. As has been mentioned by Suzuki in the 2014, that the language used by manga and anime has their respective characteristics, and in a story usually made several set characters with different characters. This is what creates its own characteristics from anime and manga, which affects the use of language in dialogue between the characters. And then the next one is research method. Well, a qualitative case study design was chosen to elucidate the details of the international relations student that take concentration in Japanese class. 22 international relations students participate in the Japanese class, and in order to be able to take part in this research, they were required to meet two criteria. So the first one is the members of Japanese class, and then the second one is who are like to watching anime and read manga. And all of the applicants were international relations students batch 2018 studying in international programs. And then due to the pandemic, we are conducted our interview by online, and the media that we are used and the time that we will conduct our interview is depends on the interviewee desire in order to make it more comfortable during the interview. And then we are going to the next one is a finding. So the first one is the reason why the student like to watch anime and read manga. So most of them started to like anime and manga since elementary school. Therefore, the emergence of interest in anime and manga is caused by the interesting colors presented in the film, various characters, even unique forms of cartoon depiction. Um, just like what the dialogue has just like what the participant one has been said, that maybe if I used to be little, I interested in anime because I like watching animation based, but when I got older, I like anime because of the plot. And then the second one is the reason why those students interested in learning Japanese. So this study shows that the participant of the present study who are like watching anime and read manga are interested in learning Japanese. They also get help in the process of learning Japanese, even though not in a large number. And they got inspired in taking the Japanese course because they want to explore more about Japan, which from the culture or the language. And on the other hand, they have the will to understand anime and manga without having to use subtitles, so they have the desire to learn Japanese. And just like what the participant 3 has said, I am interested in the language too, so I took Japanese on this semester. Yes, it's self-taught. From watching anime, if there is a final language, then I will find the meaning, the translation. And then the third one is the contribution of manga and anime in the process of learning Japanese. So the study demonstrates that the contribution of anime and manga in the process of learning Japanese is from the language that they use, which is Japanese, so that they can get some vocabulary, grammar, and some of them say from the writing system that's like hiragana, katakana, or it can be kanji. And just like what the participant tool has said, there are some vocabularies that have memorized, so it's pretty dark, isn't it? In my opinion, my manga is not really because it's already been translated into Indonesian or English, like that. So we are going to the next one. It is discussion. So the study shows that the students initially had an interest in anime and manga because they had unique and diverse characters. Most of them start to love anime and manga since they were in elementary school because of the attractive color. However, this did not last long because the more they grew up, they had different interests. And the students also increasingly has the desire to learn Japanese and even wants to explore more about the Japanese culture. And There are various reasons why they want to study deeper. One of them is they have the desire to understand the storyline of the film without using the subtitles. Yeah. And then the next one is conclusion. The study implies that in terms of learning Japanese language, it is it is all based on the learner's preferences. So thus, even there are so many researchers that have said that anime can be more helpful for learning Japanese, it all depends on themselves. Although from the results of this study, manga is not very helpful in learning Japanese and exploring its culture, but it could be that is not true for some learners. Yep, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.